Meet Three Men and a Llama, a band so hipster that they're not just ahead of their time, they're also behind it. And somehow they still ended up here. And I know you're thinking, I only see three men. Where's the llama? Well, in this case, llama stands for Lightning Leap Atomic Molecular Ranger, or llama for short. One man from the past, one from the future, and one from a reality that barely made sense. None of them knew each other until they all stepped into the same strange phone booth. What should have been a quick call scrambled their atoms and tossed them across space and time, landing them together in present-day Starlight Shores as the band. Three Men and a Llama. First, there's Jared, the man yanked out of a reality that barely made sense. In his world, nothing ever moved forward. The streets were stuck in a perpetual fog, the buildings forever old and crumbling, and everyone he knew was something else. Creatures, cryptids, things that didn't quite look right in the daylight. He spent his nights playing his classical bass for the unrestful spirits in the graveyard. He could also be found hunched over his alchemy laboratory, studying the dark arts and mixing strange, glowing potions. Sometimes, when hunger called, he stalked the empty streets, hunting for his next victim. Now in Starlight Shores, he's found new ways to pass the time, scouring fields for mushrooms and turning them into butterflies, or stalking rival boy bands like the Suit and Tie Guys, and slipping curses and hexes to them whenever he can. And of course, he meets charming and beautiful young women to feed his hunger, all while keeping that timeless, gothic air about him. If there's one redeeming trait about Jared, it's that he loves cats. But his own familiar, Nosferatu, is just as wicked as he is, spending most of its time tormenting the other band members and earning Jared more than a few scowls from his fellow musicians. Next, there's Adrien, the man from the future. He grew up in a utopian society, a world of gleaming technology and endless progress. He spent his days flying across fields on his jetpack, picking flowers for fun, or dazzling crowds at local lounges with his laser rhythmicon. But perhaps most of all, he spent too much time with his female SimBot, oddly thick, charming, and entirely devoted to him. Perfect company for someone from a world where everything was already perfect. These days, Adrien can almost always be found eating raw lettuce. He's a vegetarian, like all Sims from the future. And when he's not busy snacking, he's charming everybody he meets, cracking jokes, sharing stories, and somehow turning casual encounters into fast friendships. And when he isn't socializing, he's tinkering with technology that seems far too advanced for Starlight Shores. But when asked about it, he says he has a buddy who's a developer. He can also be found donating generously to charity because, well, it's the future. Not everyone appreciates Adrian's charm, though. Christopher Glass from the rival band The Suit and Tie Guys has it out for Adrien, putting him down at every opportunity despite Adrian's good nature. But Adrien just keeps living, laughing, and enjoying his life. But then there's the saga of Adrien and Rhoda, the famous female rock god of Starlight Shores. Adrien was head over heels for Rhoda, expecting the kind of flawless, programmed devotion he was used to with his SimBot. But real romance isn't like that, and Rhoda wasn't perfect at all, turning Adrien down when he nervously popped the question. And to make matters worse, she eloped with his arch nemesis, Christopher Glass of the Suit and Tie Guys. Heartbroken but ever resilient, Adrien had to face the reality of love in the present. And finally, there's Gabriel, the man from the past. Back in his timeline, he spent his days immersed in the groovy life, partaking in plant medicine and training tirelessly to become a world champion hacky sack player, flirting with the barefoot hippie girls in the park, and above all else, playing his guitar. These days, Gabriel can be found doing keg stands, dancing with beautiful women, and taking lots of fun photo booth pictures with the ladies, sometimes in very compromising positions. True to his free-spirited 70s roots, he can also be seen streaking through the streets completely au naturel. When he's not partying, Gabriel is busy rummaging through the trash to find parts for the vintage car that he's building. Or he can be found trolling internet forums on a computer, a technology that still blows his mind every single time. What's next for three men and a llama? Will they somehow find their way back to their own timelines, or are they destined to fade into obscurity? I don't know. I'll leave the rest of the story up to you. They're available for download on my exchange page linked below.